morning, everyone. Morning, Richie. Have yourself a wonderful day, Richie. Morning, team. Of course, the hours are a little different this morning. So we go from 11 o'clock this morning through to 2 in the afternoon. But we still are Untangle. Same old. Just a little bit of a change in the time, but the programming is just the same. As we start the program, we want to remind you that whatever it is that you're busily trying to get through and thinking perhaps either you're not good enough or you don't have what it takes and all of them things, please remember that you can. I want to say a very special morning to my colleague himself, Mr. Jack Scorpio, joining me in the studio. Just not really joining him, have a little meeting, so I'm just passed through. Bless of yourself, Mr. Scorpio. Okay, want to remind those listening that the Bridge 99 FM WhatsApp text line is 876-551-5782. That's 876-551-5782. And for those watching us on the bridge, thank you very much for watching us. For those who want to watch us on the bridge, it's www.thebridge99fm.com. And I can see the text coming in. We'll soon share what you have to say with our listeners. So, for those who have just joined us, my name is Elise. And normally I take you through from 10 in the morning till 1 in the afternoon. But for a while, not permanently, for a while, we're going to be joining you from 11 o'clock in the morning till 2 in the afternoon to accommodate a little bit of daylight saving. So the program is called Untangle because, you see, in this world where we live, there's so many things for us to unravel, so many things that we're not feeling very sure about, so many things that we're not sure what we must do, and all these wonderful, not so wonderful things. Doubt, insecurity, sickness, the whole of these things plague us because it's part of the human experience. So we have to go to the very beginning of things, as we always say, and untangle them, move those knots away, untangle them. But there's just one thing that I always want you to do, and I always want you to remember: you have to come as you are. So we're ready now, my sister Barbara.
I love my beloved sister Elise. This is your sister Makeda. People might know me as Barbara Blake Hannah, but it's just me. Born and bred in Jamaica, spent 10 years in England, yes, enjoying a little of the British breeze, if we want to call it that. Back home for about 50 years now, been living and enjoying life in Jamaica, trying to do my best to make Jamaica more of the beautiful place that it is. I fight a little of the battle for reparations, fighting a lot now of the battle for racism to end. It's about time, don't you think? Yes, of course it's time. Enjoying reggae music, all the great Rasta reggae artists from Bob Marley come right through, all my friends. That's why I love you so much. You play all their beautiful music. Mother of Makonnen, little technology genius, still looking after his mom in a beautiful way. Yes, Amidis, just sending out some love, blessings, giving thanks to the Most High, Jah Rastafari, every time. Thanks to the liberty of Emperor Haile Selassie, who built on the foundation of Jesus Christus to bring I into a black Christ life. Thank you, darling. Go and play some good music. Continue the works. Much love, as always.
Thank you very much, my sister. And my sister makes it sound just so simple, just me, Barbara Makeda. But can I tell you something? As I thank you, Sister Barbara Makeda Blake Hannah OD, that's one. She's an author and a journalist. And interestingly, she is UK's first black on-screen TV news reporter working for ITV's Thames Today. She was formally recognized for her pioneering work last year by a new award, and this award was initiated by the Press Gazette. The Barbara Blake Hannah Prize aims to recognize emerging talent and talented journalist from minority black backgrounds. Minority backgrounds, not just black, minority backgrounds. So, my sister is really a very famous individual, very humble. But I had to add all of this because knowing her, she would not put it in. So, I put it in for you, my sister. So, good afternoon, Mr. Foote.
Hi, good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. And you?
Wonderful. I'm very well, thanks. Good to hear from you. So,
Excellent.
although we're not really going to be talking about too much about you being an attorney at law,
Right.
we still want to find out a little bit about you. So let us just do that very quickly. Tell me a little bit about Able-Don Foote.
Yes.
Is that your right name, Able-Don?
This is Able-Don. Able-Don.
Okay, all right,
This is my right now.
all right. Let's go.
So, a little bit about me. I was called to the bar in 2014, and from then until now, it has been quite an exciting ride. That's, I mean, that's in a nutshell.
I did say quick.
I don't think I need to um say too much about myself, you know.
No, all right. That's enough. That's good enough. So,
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, it's already out there in the public fair, anyways. You know.
all right. Let's talk about what we really called you about, right?
Mhm.
And that is the infant area. First of all,
Right.
I know as an attorney at law, you're very busy. How and why did you insist on finding time for little Aria? And then you tell us a little bit about her.
Okay. So this story came across my attention one morning when I came to my office. So I operate my own law firm, Able Attorneys, and you know, it's what I would say very demanding. So my mind is always running wild in terms of focusing on all my tasks for the day and all my cases, you know, because there's a lot to manage. So I came in one morning and I heard the story, and when I heard the story, I literally could not focus on any of my tasks for the day. I was halted essentially. No work could be done. My mind was just worrying about this child because I put myself in the position of not only her but of the family and the mother. You know, children are so innocent, and this child was born without her anus and was having to basically defecate through her vagina.
Oh God.
So I just thought to myself how painful that would have felt, and the longer that the child would have taken to get the surgery could have resulted in an infection. So I said to myself, how can I help? My job at that moment wasn't necessarily to focus on my cases, but was, you know, trying to assist or to help. Like, it's just a trait in me for a while now. I'm naturally a kind of giver. Funny thing is, growing up, my parents used to call me people pleaser out of all my siblings. You know, I'm the one that always tried to help everybody, and they used to always mount me. But it's just, you know, we
So,
have to have a big heart and help each other. That's my philosophy, at least.
so Able-Don, give me a little
I
bit.
think I'm blessed, so it's good to share the blessing, you know.
Absolutely. How old was Aria when when you came in the picture?
Ah, if I'm not mistaken, probably 11 months,
Okay.
about 11 months old, and you know we raised good money for her in a very short space of time. And then I had the benefit of meeting her personally one day when I went to court in Montego Bay. Her mother, Tasha, brought her to meet me, and she's just a very fantastic child. That just wants what everybody have and take for granted, you
Oh
know.
God. What was your
It
reaction like when you got a chance to see her for the first time?
it basically it was heartwarming, and I felt as though it was um, fulfilling.
Yes.
That's the best word to put it.
Yes.
People always think they how do you measure your life? We're here right now, but how do you measure your life? And to me, the ultimate measure is not necessarily the amount of money or fame you might accumulate through your lifespan, but how you impact others positively. And when you have
Absolutely.
influence, you should also use it in a positive way to impact others. So
Absolutely.
it's just a
There's
matter of just spreading love and blessing others when you have been blessed. Because as I said, I think I'm very blessed to achieve what I've achieved at the age I've done it, and that was as a result of quite a lot of people helping me along the way, and I just think that it's good to pay it forward.
we're going to get into the people that have been helping you, but can I just say though that a lot of people um are of the opinion that lawyers have a very cold streak. They don't care too much about whatever. It really is sometimes all
You know,
about the money. And
you
this,
know that.
no, but it's true, is that people
Yeah.
think sometimes me too. Ah, sometimes me too.
That's funny. That's funny.
But watch this now.
Um.
Watch this
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of understand what you're saying, and I find it ironic. That you just call it so starkly, but not everyone. I would put it that way. Not everyone, and hopefully that would change. This hopefully would assist in changing the narrative.
There you go. And that's exactly what I was thinking. I'm thinking to myself that interviews like these with people
Right.
like you will help to see lawyers as someone who actually have a heart, who are human and not just about whatever case it is that is before them. So that's a
Yeah.
good thing. All right. And the good thing also is that because of your your status, whatever,
Hmm.
people are you attract people to you, and I'm sure this has helped to get some funding for this little baby girl. How is she now, and how is the funding going?
No, it went well. It went really well, and I must say thank you to everybody that has come forward to assist. Um, so that's back to what I was saying. When you also have influence, you should use it in a positive way. Um, so I was able to call on a few key people that assisted in the race. So that was very fantastic, and I thank them tremendously for
Right.
assisting the cause.
Has Aria had her surgery yet?
She has had the surgery in terms of the construction of the anus. The
Right.
only thing that remains now is the last surgery to close the wound on the belly button, and
Okay.
that is to come later down the line.
And she is passing her feces the normal way
She
now?
is starting her feces the normal way, so I
Bless
am
you.
so happy for that.
Oh, we all are, so say all of us. Would you do this again for somebody else?
Um, I definitely think so. What what I would hope to do later is to do it on a wider scale. But for right now, I would do something like this again once the story is as compelling as this child.
Yes. You use the word fulfilling, and it definitely is. And, dealing with cases like these make you realize that a lot of things that people have on their mind and think it is very important, not really
Hmm.
that very important, because there are people
Yeah,
out there who really have issues.
trust me, man, trust me. And I mean, it's just to put things in perspective. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Here's this child that needed a surgery for 700, and I think it was 35,000, right? But when you look at it, that literally is if 25, all right, let's say 30 people come together and give $30,000. That's 900,000 that could go towards helping a significant cause like this, you know. Um, that's the bar bill for a lot of people on the weekend,
Yeah.
you know, and you have the opportunity here to change somebody's life for the rest of their life.
That's right.
What would give you more fulfillment? Spending $30,000 at the bar somewhere, or putting it towards a cause like this?
And
So it's just as humanity, there must be a human side of everybody to basically look out for your brother.
yeah. And something else that we need to add is that for those who are motivated by selfish needs or by
Yeah.
selfish gains,
Hmm.
activities like this make you feel good too.
Yeah, yeah. So that's why I say there's just a handful of people that actually contributed, but each of us contributed in a significant way.
There you
But
go.
if you spread it across a wide amount of people in terms of volume, it'll be less burdensome on each person. Um, but for this particular situation, it was only a handful of us that came together and did something.
Which also shows that only a handful of people you need sometimes to help out.
That is so true. That is so true.
Yeah,
But
man.
at the end of the day, as they say, all is well that ends well, as
Yes.
Shakespeare would say. So I am
Yes.
happy that she has had this surgery, and she's now in a position to pass her stool. It's as I say, no greater fulfillment than this feeling, you know.
Yes. And I'm
This
sure
could be this. She could possibly in the future grow up to be a future prime minister of Jamaica.
you don't
You never
know.
know where life might take you, you
You
know.
don't know.
So it's always good when you can help like this.
Absolutely. And can you imagine the satisfaction of you seeing her become whoever she becomes? That's good. And,
Exactly.
to know what you did, man.
Exactly.
All
And
right.
as I said, it's not me so alone. I must give credit to the others that
Right.
also helped. So I am just what you call it now, a vehicle,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
that the Lord is working through.
I love that. Well, we're not going to take up too much of your time because I know that you're busy and this is not enough for you to stop working. so, so,
Oh
so
boy,
we
oh
just
boy.
want to say thanks for taking the time out to help. Thanks for
Yeah,
changing the perspective of who lawyers really are. And,
right.
and I'm sure this has really made you feel like it's worth being who you are. So thank you.
Thank you so much for having me, and thanks for the listeners.
You're most welcome. Have a great one.
All righty, you too.
All right. Beautiful. Isn't that wonderful? So, a very touching case of this little girl, Aria. And you heard the lawyer, Able-Don Foote, say that he actually came into her life when she was about 11 months old, a very traumatic situation. But then it also shows, you heard him say that it wasn't even many people who came together to make a difference in Aria's life. It tells us that just a few people sometimes is all it needs to make a tremendous difference. So I'm sure her parents and her family are so grateful. And to little Aria, bless your heart. And it's wonderful to know that you're just normal again. Absolutely beautiful. 29 minutes now after 12 o'clock, and we're going to take a break.